Peace and love to the family. You tuned in? Peace and love to the family. Let's go. Peace, power, and prosperity to the family. It's always a pleasure. I want you to vibe with me, please. Vibe with me. Let's go. It's going to be a very powerful spiritual video, I promise you. Scientific. We are in the age of Aquarius. My beautiful spiritual people, rise into your power within. We are here now. We are here now. Know thyself. Know thyself. It's going to be a good video. Peace, power, and prosperity. You ready? Let's go. Once again, peace, power, and prosperity to my beautiful family out there tuning in. It's always a pleasure each and every time we rock with each other. I am Minister Corbin, reporting live. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in, for the ones who hit the like button, for the ones with the heart emoji, for the ones who understand the message that I've been giving you, video after video. I have gave you spiritual insights for you to take and go within. I have touched on religion, gave you facts for you to go within with that. And now, as a metaphysician, I want to give you some scientific facts about who you are spiritually. Now, as I do this video, I want you to keep two things in mind, because when you watch my video, always keep a pencil and pad always on handy. This is practicism. You're learning every time. Two things I want you to remember as I get ready to read as the sun sets. Two scriptures I want you to remember. One, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Keep that one in mind. And I want you to keep Romans chapter 2, verse 2 in mind, where Christ is quoted, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Family, I want you to keep those two things in mind as I read what I'm about to read to you. As the sun sets, I want you to stay tuned in, listen to what's about to go down. You're going to realize your power. You're about to realize who you truly are. So by the time this video is done and you go about your week, you now have the power to take control of your life and know that you are greater. This is my mission on earth, and my mission will be accomplished. So you ready? Let's get ready. It's going to be a great read, a great video. You tuned in? Let's go. For the most part, your brain is a product of the past. It has been shaped and molded to become a living record of everything you have learned and experienced up to this point in your life. Learning from a neuroscientific standpoint is when neurons in your brain assemble to form thousands of synaptic connections, and those connections then assemble into complex three-dimensional neurological networks. Stay with me. Think of learning as your brain getting an upgrade. When you pay attention to knowledge or information and it makes sense to you, this interaction with the environment leaves biological impressions in your brain. When you experience something new, your senses write the history neurologically in your brain, and even more neurons come together to make even more enriched connections, upgrading your brain even further. Listen. Experiences not only enhance the brain circuitries, but they also create emotions. Think of emotions as the chemical residue from past experience or chemical feedback. The stronger the emotion quoted from an event in your life, the more the experience leaves a lasting impression in your brain. I'll read that again. The stronger the emotional quotient from an event in your life, the more the experience leaves a lasting impression in your brain. Let's keep going. That's how long-term memories are formed. So if learning means making new connections in your brain, memories are when you maintain those connections. The more you repeat a thought, choice, behavior, experience, or emotion, the more those neurons fire and wire together, and the more they will sustain a long-term relationship. Now, I'm going to read that again because if you watch my Darius Marquise Corbin or Darius Mystery School channel on YouTube, you see I always want to make sure it makes sense to you, the listener, what I'm saying. The more you repeat a thought, choice, a behavior, experience, or emotion, the more those neurons fire and wire together, and the more they will sustain a long-term relationship. Let's keep going. In Anna's story, and this is the book. If anybody is giving you any information, make sure they always got a resource so you can search the work yourself. Let's go on because I don't want you to miss this work that you're about to get. Excuse me. In Anna's story, in the previous chapter, you learned most of your experience come from your interaction with your external environment. That means your outside environment. Since your senses plug you into the external environment and neurologically record the narrative in your brain, when you experience a highly charged emotional event, bad or good, that moment becomes embossed neurologically in your brain as a memory. Let's repeat that again. When you experience a highly charged emotional event, bad or good, that moment becomes embossed neurologically in your brain as a memory. Therefore, when an experience changes how you normally feel chemically and heighten your attention to what caused it, you will associate a specific person or thing where your body is at a particular time and place. That's how you create memories, by interacting with the outer world. It's safe to say that the only place the past actually exists is in your brain and in your body. For those thinking I'm done, I'm far from it. 7 minutes. Listen to this. It gets even more interesting. Let's take a closer look at what happens biochemically inside your body when you think a thought or feel emotion. Let's take a closer look at what happens biochemically inside your body when you think a thought or feeling an emotion. And I'm going to say this right quick to my melanated family. You know, when things like Trayvon Martin happened, things like Sean Bell happened, things like Sandra Bland, in respect to our family members, in respect to our family. They say, statistics show, they say that melanated people are the most emotional people in the world. So when things like that happens, where they are killed out there for the world to see, assassinated for the world to see, it gives a certain type of fear that a certain type of people feed off of. They study this stuff. Are you with me? Let's keep reading. Let's take a closer look at what happens biochemically inside your body when you think a thought or feel an emotion. When you think a thought or have a memory, a biochemical reaction begins in your brain, causing the brain to release certain chemical signals. That's how immaterial thoughts, or immaterial is another word for unimportant, that's how unimportant thoughts literally become matter. They become chemical messengers. These chemical signals make your body feel exactly the way you were just thinking. Once you notice you are feeling a particular way, then you generate more thoughts equal to how you're feeling. And then you release more chemicals from your brain to make you feel the way you've been thinking. Remember, in the beginning of this video, I told you to think about two scriptures and why who you call Jesus, or as we call the Master Christ, the Master Teacher Christ, was trying to tell you those scriptures were so important. As a man, think of, what are you thinking in your heart? What do you think about yourself? And do not be conformed to this world. Be transformed by renewing your mind the way you think, because if not, you're going to be on automation. Let's keep on going. For example, if you have a fearful thought, you start to feel fear. The moment you feel fear, that emotion influences you to think more fearful thoughts. And those thoughts trigger the release of even more chemicals in the brain and body that make you continue to feel more fear. The next thing you know, you get caught in a loop where your thinking creates feeling and your feeling creates thinking. If thoughts are the vocabulary of the brain and feelings are the vocabulary of the body, and the cycle of how you think and feel becomes your state of being, then your entire state of being is in the past. I hope you guys are with me. Leave comments, share, just let me know. This is our work. When you fire and wire the same circuits in your brain over and over again because you keep thinking the same thoughts, you are hardwiring your brain to the same patterns. As a result, your brain becomes an artifact of your past thinking, and in time, it becomes easier to automatically think in the same ways. At the same time, as you repeatedly feel the same emotions over and over again. Since, as I just said, emotions are the vocabulary of the body and the chemical residue of past experiences. How many of you out there, be honest with yourself, you're holding on to past experiences. You're holding on to things that happened to you back in the day that traumatized you, and you never let go and let God, but you have hindered that inside your soul, and you have blocked your chakras. You have blocked your 7 chakras, and you can't grow until you deal with that. You can't sweep it under the rug. You must let that out and let God do what God does. How much minute? Still got some time. Are you with me? You know exactly what I'm saying. Don't cover it under the rug. Let go and let God grow. Don't stagnate yourself. Let's go. At the same time as you repeatedly feel the same emotions over and over again, since, as I just said, emotions are the vocabulary of the body and the chemical residue of past experience, you are conditioning your body into the past. So let's keep on going. We got a few more minutes left. So now let's look at what that means for you on a day-to-day. Listen up. We're going to leave on this. So now let's look at what that means for you on a day-to-day basis, given what you just learned about feelings and emotions being the chemical end products of past events. The moment you wake up in the morning and search for the familiar feeling called you are starting your day in the past. So when you start to think about your problems, those problems which are connected to the memories of past experience of different people or things at certain times and places create familiar feelings such as unhappiness, futility, sadness, pain, grief, anxiety, worry, frustration, unworthiness or guilt. Let me say that again, because some of you still feel this way when you wake up and you fight it every day. Heal yourself. Heal yourself, which are connected to the memories of past experience of different people or things at certain times and places. Create familiar feelings such as unhappiness, futility, sadness, pain, grief, anxiety, worry, frustration, unworthiness, or guilt. If those emotions are driving your thoughts and you cannot think greater than how you feel, then you are also thinking in the past. And if those familiar emotions influence the choices you are going to make that day, the behaviors you're going to exhibit, or the experiences you are going to create for yourself, then you're going to appear predictable and your life is going to stay the same. Now let's say after you wake up, you turn off your alarm. And as you lie there in bed, you check your Facebook, your Instagram, your WhatsApp, your Twitter, your text, your emails, and then the news. Now you are really remembering who you are as you reaffirm your personality and connect to your past, present personality reality. Then you go to the bathroom, you use the toilet, brush your teeth, take a shower, get dressed, and then head for the kitchen. You drink some coffee, eat breakfast. Maybe you watch the news and check your email again. It's the same routine you follow every day. Then you drive to work using the same old route. And when you get there, you interact with the same coworkers you saw the day before. You spend the day performing pretty much the same duties you performed yesterday. You might even react to the same challenges at work with the same emotions. Then after work, you drive home. Maybe you stop at the same grocery store and buy the food you like and always eat. You cook the same food for dinner and watch the same television show at the same time while sitting in the same place in your living room. Then you get ready for bed in the same way you always do. You brush your teeth with your right hand, starting from the upper right side of your mouth. You crawl to the same side of the bed. Maybe you read a little and then you go to sleep. If you keep doing these same routines over and over again, they will become a habit. A habit is a redundant set of automatic unconscious thoughts, behavior, and emotions that you acquire through frequent repetition. Basically, it means your body is now on autopilot, running a series of programs, and over time, your body becomes the mind. And I'm going to leave it there. Family, remember those 2 scriptures that I told you about in the beginning of the video. Know what time it is. Know that you have the power by going within you. You are greater. It's time to know who you are through the mind, through knowing the I am. Peace, love. Till next time.